May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Kook Audio mini podcast. I'm DC Booba of Kook Audio and Kook Archives. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free from economic hardship, and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. So today we've got the third clip from Zen Mind, the Zen Mind Beginner's Mind lecture by Shunryu Suzuki, given on November 11th, 1965 at the Los Altos Zendo, located in Marion Derby's home. Not yet Haiku Zendo. Not yet had the garage been redone. That was done the following summer. So, I just wanted to say one little thing. So, this morning, I got up and made my hot water, and I always try to make sure the kitchen is all clean first. Sometimes and frequently there are dinner dishes there to do. Because I feel a lot more like doing them when I get up than before I go to bed. Or even hours before I go to bed, depends. And there was quite a bit to do because there was all this stuff to put away, and I don't know how it builds up. I do that. Sometimes I'll be several times a day. And Katrinka says, "What do you want for dinner?" I say, "Whatever creates the least amount of stuff to wash afterwards." But I do the kitchen before I practice Zazen. And listen, that is following Suzuki Roshi's way. He said, cleaning is first, Zazen is second. I did that, and then bang, the faucet comes on. And we got one of those types of faucets that's long and flexible. It goes up and bends down. It's a flexible stainless steel hose sort of thing. And I've had it come off before. I just screw it back on. It's all right. In swiveling it back, we've got two sinks. In swiveling it back and forth between the sinks, it sort of unscrews it. And then water will shoot out from the part where it's just come out, but not too far. So because it doesn't have the type of pressure or something that it has coming out the end. So, I turn it off and then I try to screw it back in. And I notice, how do you describe that? The piece that it goes down in it, but then there's a threaded thing there, and there's a sort of cap with the female threads that you go down on it and you turn it around and it tightens it into there. That had broken into two pieces, and the bottom part with the threads was still down there. Just turning it and going back and forth. How long has that been? 4 years. No, it was replaced before. So that broke in about 2 years or something. I don't know. But anyway, so it broke. And so, I stuck it back in, and I found as long as I didn't swivel it around, it would stay on. So I finished the dishes. Actually, there wasn't much left to do by that time. And then I told Katrinka, hey, better not to use any water. If you do, just don't move that faucet because it'll come off. And I'm going to call Mudik, our plumber electrician, and have him come fix it. She says, well, do you think you should come? It hadn't been 10 days for me. I said, well, stay in the bedroom. It's been 9 days. You're okay. Don't worry. I called Mudik. Well, I had to wait a couple hours. And I called him at 9. And, I just said 3 words. Kitchen faucet broken. And then he asked me some questions. I said, it's too difficult to explain. Just come fix it. Come on. He went, all right. So he came over, and so I was sitting out front. I was sitting out front on a phone call. And I'll tell you about that phone call in a minute. And so he walked up, he had a mask on, and I had a mask on because he was coming. And I said, oh, Mindy, I want to tell you something. I'm just getting over COVID. It's been like 12 days since symptoms. I don't think I'm contagious. It's 9 days for Katrinka. She's in the bedroom. So, if you don't want to go in, all right. He said, no, I'm just getting over it too. He said, actually, I'm already over it. But just recently he'd had it too. So many people getting that Omicron. But as I mentioned the other day, our hospitals are not experiencing any great pressure or anything because such a high degree of people here vaccinated, even with the Sinovac. And the ones who are getting the booster for Sinovac are getting the AstraZeneca booster. Anyway, he went in and fixed it. Now, I'll tell you what I was doing on the phone. I was talking to John Joseph. He is the teacher in the John Terrence lineage, the Pacific Zen Institute. So I'm going to be a guest for their Zen Luminaries series. Goodness. I got hold of Peter Coyote for John and asked him if he would be so kind as to be a guest for the Zen Luminaries series. And he said, does that mean I'm luminous? That's going to be February 28th. If you go, that I will be the guest, 6 p.m. California time. That's Monday, February 28th. And if you want to attend, just go to pacificzen.org. And, it's very prominent. There's events. It's one of those things where on the homepage where you see an event and then it moves and you see the next one and then it moves. And if you want to stop on one, you just hit learn more on it and it goes to a page for it. So join us. John Joseph's a pretty cool guy. And we had a dry run today. He called me up and we talked. WhatsApp, you ain't got WhatsApp. You ain't where it's at. Okay, and everybody in Asia has WhatsApp, it seems. I mean, people you wouldn't even think had a phone have WhatsApp. Okay, so that's enough of all that. Let's get to the third clip from the Beginner's Mind lecture. So I'm going to play it, then I'm going to read it, and I'm going to play it again. And it's sort of the core of it, I'd say. Or it's back to the core of Beginner's Mind here.
In Beginner's Mind, we have many possibilities. But in expert mind, there's not much possibilities. So in our practice, the important thing is to resume to our original mind or inmost mind, which we ourselves, even we ourselves do not know what it is. This is the most important thing for us. the founder of our school emphasized at this point. We have to remain always beginner's mind. And this is the secret of Zen and secret of various practice of flower arrangement, practice of Japanese singing, and various art.
In beginner's mind, we have many possibilities. But in expert mind, there is not much possibilities. So in our practice, the important thing is to resume to our original mind or our inmost mind, which we do, we ourselves, even we ourselves do not know what it is. This is the most important thing for us. The founder of our school emphasized this point. We have to remain always beginner's mind, and this is the secret of Zen and secret of various practice of flower arrangement, practice of Japanese singing, and various art. You know, this is unedited audio, except all I did was take the coughs out. The spacing, the words, everything unedited. I'd like to edit it a little more than that. So we see here, if we keep our beginner's mind, he says, now, this is the famous quote in the beginner's mind. There are many possibilities. In the experts, there are few. Right? That's the quote from the book. That is 99% of what I say about Shunryu Suzuki online and everywhere and through the years is that line. And people talk about it, make a big deal out of it. That and this lecture. You want to know how many times he said beginner's mind in all his lectures through the years? All right, I'm gonna zip over here to the. So I'm going to a file I have with all his lectures, and you can actually make one from the lectures at ShunyuSuzuki.com by just not writing anything in the search form and then hitting download. You might need some help, but anyway. I have it as a Word file, too, and that's hard to get from that as a Word file. But it can be done, obviously, because I've got it. All right, in the entirety of the lectures that we have in our transcript collection, which is the largest extant collection of Shunryu Suzuki lectures, and, there's more than just lectures there. There's, things he said in board meetings and some stuff from Windbells that wasn't anywhere else. Just anything. There's what he'd said in the films and in a radio interview. So the beginner's mind occurs 39 times in all those lectures. And a few thousand pages, right? And 18 of those times is in this beginner's mind lecture. So he said beginner's mind 21 other times. It wasn't something he mentioned over and over and over. It was just, it was this lecture he gave in 65. And it's like almost everything everybody knows about him is this, It's pretty good, too. I mean, these... Los Altos lectures are spectacularly compact and simple and straightforward and great teaching. A lot of his later lectures are, a little harder to follow, and, he's you know, he gets experimental, I think, and he's trying all sorts of different things. And but anyway, so this beginner's mind lecture is the most important one in terms of the market, right? The audience, the widest audience. Okay, so let's listen to him one more time. Give this this comment on give these comments on beginner's mind, and then tomorrow night we'll move to the fourth clip. I think there's 6 of them. Okay.
In beginner's mind, we have many possibilities, but in expert mind, there's not much possibilities. So in our practice, the important thing is to resume to our original mind or inmost mind, which we ourselves, even we ourselves do not know what it is. This is the most important thing for us. The founder of our school emphasized at this point. We have to remain always beginner's mind. And this is the secret of Zen and secret of various practice of flower arrangement, practice of Japanese singing, and various art.
This has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sonora with Dogget Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.